great opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
First has already been on it.
I've been on some local stuff,
I mean, apparently.
And thank you to Desert Financial Credit Union for sponsoring the KRIM Community Spotlight Program. Good morning, Rim Country. Chris Higgins in the studio, and have a great program for you today. In the studio, we have guests from Banner Payson Medical Center. We have CEO Hoyt Skabelund, and then a couple members of their physical therapy department, Spencer Edwards. He's a PT, DPT, and Joshua Masner, and he's the new athletic trainer at the Payson High School. So good morning to all of you.
Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for having us.
You know, you're so welcome. Thank you guys for coming in and talk about physical therapy at Banner Payson Medical Center and the impact it's having on the community. And Hoyt, it's wonderful to see and be able to read the athletic trainer at the high school. So there for a while, they didn't have an athletic trainer, did they?
Well, we got a call from the school asking if Banner would be interested in helping recruit an athletic trainer due to Banner Physical Therapy. We have, I think, 22 schools in the valley that Banner provides athletic training support services for.
Oh.
And so we wanted to see if we could help solve that. And so we entered a contract with the schools and recruited Josh. Josh was an amazing interview and very wise for, I guess, a new graduate out of a master's program, and we think he's talented and fit right in. We're excited. I would mention one other thing is we're anxious as an organization to demonstrate our concern and desire to serve the youth and children and the families. We naturally serve those who need us most often, and that's the older individuals. But we are committed to serving all ages, and so it's exciting to take advantage of the skill set that these gentlemen have and an expert at healing injuries and helping to prevent future injuries.
All right, so I guess we'll start with you, Joshua, and welcome to Payson. Now, a little background. Are you from Payson originally?
So I'm not actually.
Okay.
I spent all my life basically in Indiana.
Okay.
And that's where I earned my undergrad. And actually, my master's is what brought me to Arizona.
Oh, okay.
Banner was particularly the one that brought me to Payson. And it's funny enough, I've actually been here 1 month to the day yesterday. So
1 month. Wow. Hey, there you go. I know. 1 month. So, what do you think of Arizona?
Oh, it's awesome. Absolutely love the environment. Just being able to go out and take in the environment has just been so cool, and just the beauty of the nature has just been awesome. Definitely love being up in Payson, getting away from the valley heat.
Yes.
That was one of the things that didn't really enjoy too much down in the valley with all the over 100 days, degree days. But it's been really nice up in Payson with how nice it's been, and the environment just looking around has been just absolutely amazing.
So when you were in Indiana, and when did you decide you wanted to get into physical therapy?
Yeah, so it was in high school when I got interested in athletic training. I actually got to do a senior internship with my athletic trainer in my high school, and that just absolutely solidified my love for it. So that's why I decided to go into athletic training, got my 4-year bachelor's in athletic training, passed the board certification exam, and that's why I decided I want to learn more. That's what basically just led me to get my master's in athletic training.
Wow. And did you ever think you would be in Arizona, or did you have a desire to come out west?
It really wasn't on the radar, really.
Yeah.
I really wasn't expecting to move away from home, especially this far. When the opportunity popped up to potentially go to AT still, which is just a phenomenal school for health sciences if you're in Arizona, especially the staffing for the athletic training program is just, it's second to none, it really is. So it's just, I knew whenever I had that opportunity, that's something I was absolutely going to jump on.
Wow. Well, I know we're very glad to have you here. I know the high school, oh boy, is very happy. Students, all the athletes, happy to have an athletic trainer, and really appreciate Banner, stepping up to do that.
Well, and I would say that the MHA Foundation was part of our recruitment of Josh with the program with Eastern Arizona College. We should mention that Josh is an instructor in the program that many of the high school students are in, to help provide early introduction to athletic training as a career, and it'd be something worth discussing.
Yeah, so that's right. The fall semester starts August 22nd, or is the last day for registration. And what classes are you going to be teaching at the college level?
Yeah, so I'm actually teaching three courses, all three of which are in sports medicine. So one is a intro to athletic training course. One is a athletic training practicum, and the other one is more of like a fitness/sports medicine course, which potentially could lead to these students being able to actually earn their certification in personal training.
Oh, wow.
So they would come out with that, and they would actually have something, to say they actually earned a certification, which they could go basically straight into working. Since this course is for seniors, so with that, they could potentially go into personal training just from taking that course.
So that's one course. They could one semester, or is that a year? That course to get their certification. How long is that?
So it should be one semester.
One semester.
I will
Wow.
be teaching both semesters. So just anyone really interested, reach out. I'd definitely love to have more people. I absolutely love teaching, especially students, especially about everyone's body, basically learning fitness and their own health is just super important for everyone to really know.
And we were talking a little bit before the program, the importance of a athletic trainer at the high school, not so much, fixing athletes, taking care of an injury, but the preventative aspect of it. So I'm sure you're working with the athletes at practice and with them during the week as they're preparing for their games.
Right, yeah. That's one of the things I think we stress the most about being athletic trainers is typically it's always whenever we see our student athletes is when they walk into the door when they're already injured. And that's what we just really want them to know, that we're here also for prevention. That's, if you're feeling aches, you're feeling sore, come see us before something happens. And that's also, working with coaches about developing some type of plan to implement to prevent those injuries from occurring. That can be strength training, that can be flexibility training, something along those lines of working with the coaches to formulate some type of plan that we can drastically decrease those injuries that occur during the season. So it's been really awesome working with some of the coaches at Payson about developing these plans, and they've been very receptive. And I look forward to the seasons and basically helping these athletes to stay healthy throughout the season.
And again, if you're interested in any of those classes, are they available or open to anyone?
So it is open for I believe most people, but at the school you would have to be a senior to take those courses. They are on Monday, Thursday, and Friday in the morning. So there's some time to a little bit of leeway, especially with seniors if they don't have courses in the morning, to absolutely sign up. Definitely love to have more people, like I said.
Yes.
If you're interested, just, reach out to me and I'll get you some more information.
Okay. And I was just going to give the website. It's gilaccc.org. And the phone number is 928-468-8039 over to the EAC Payson campus. So if you're interested, you can check out their website to get more information or give them a call. Well, that's exciting. How do you feel about teaching and being an instructor? The courses over there, are you really excited about that?
I am. I really am excited. One of my favorite things when I was in undergrad was working with the underclassmen about whenever we had free time, basically in the athletic trainer in between practices. It was always creating a mock injury for them just to go over. Basically just evaluate and say, hey, I would have done this, or I would have done this a little bit differently. Especially when you're learning all these what we call special tests to figure out, okay, is there actually injury present? Is there not injury present? That a lot of times that you have to be really specific on the detail, that you have to do it correct to get the full answer. Is this present? Is this not present? So working with them and correcting if there was any issues with how they're doing their special tests or what they could do different with the tests was super important. And that's definitely what led me to love that aspect of teaching, athletic training. And at my old school, when I worked out of the GA at Chaparral in Scottsdale, I got to work with student trainers there, just basically getting involved in just that whole aspect of letting them watch what I do and getting them involved rather than just having them watch me, saying, hey, this is what I'm doing right now. Then seeing their faces light up when they understand it is just absolutely amazing. So I'm definitely looking forward to teaching actual courses. And so I have a curriculum to go off of and actually teach the kids more rather than just being out in the field, which both aspects of in the classroom on the field are both important. So getting them together with having that practice in class also, it's just going to be awesome. Definitely look forward to inspiring youth, potentially going into athletic training, and look forward to the future with teaching them and getting them involved.
Oh, that's great. And now Spencer,
Yeah.
you have been here a little longer than a month, all right? Because you've been in here, you've been in KRIM before when Randy was doing a community spotlight, so had a chance to be interviewed at that time. But for those that I guess didn't have an opportunity to hear that or to hear about you, give us a little bit about your background.
Sure. I grew up in Utah, Kaysville, Utah, and I got my undergraduate degree there, and then I went to graduate school in Ohio University, got my doctorate degree there, and as part of graduate school for physical therapy, you're sent out on clinical rotations. It's like a residency for being a doctor. And on my very last one, they sent me to this little podunk town that I'd never heard of before called Payson, Arizona. And in my head, I knew that Arizona was just desert and cactus and too hot, and I was not excited. And when my wife and daughter and I moved here a year and a half ago, we just fell in love with it. Love Payson. We're going to be here forever, and that's how we ended up here.
Wow. So Payson was a little more than you expected then, huh?
Way more. As a kid, I would visit my cousins in Tucson, and so that I thought all of Arizona was Tucson. I'm sorry, Tucsonites, if there's anybody out there.
Yeah.
I don't love it. It's too hot for me, but I love Payson.
Yeah. Don't mean to offend anyone, but it is what it is, right?
Yes.
I mean, yeah. When you come down out of the mountains of Arizona, it just gets hot.
Yes.
It gets very hot and a lot of desert and. Yeah, no, it's much prettier up here in Payson. So tell us a little bit about your role in physical therapy at Banner.
Yeah, so I am one of the main physical therapists at Banner Physical Therapy. I work with a number of colleagues. We have a physical therapy assistant. We have another physical therapist. We're hiring on a couple more actually right now. They're starting next month. And then we have an occupational therapist. So as far as it relates to athletic training and working with Payson High School is Josh is the main guy. He's the athletic trainer. He's there on the field. He's working with the athletes. And if they come to him with an injury that might need a little bit more prolonged care or more intensive care, then he sends that athlete either through the doctor to us or straight to us. And then it's my job to manage their pain. I mean, if they're coming in with some chronic shin splints, we're managing how much load they're putting through their shins. We're managing what's not flexible, what's not strong, and we're getting them stronger and more flexible and getting them back on the field.
Wow. This will be great. I mean, for all of our student athletes at the school to have these resources available.
A simple part of this approach is that during a football game, if there was an injury that requires an x-ray, Dr. Matthew Ball is primary care physician. He's going to be the sports medicine lead physician. He'll be on the field side with Josh. If an x-ray is needed, we have made arrangements to be able to do an outpatient x-ray rather than requiring a visit to the emergency department to be evaluated by an emergency room physician, which the law requires. So in this case, Dr. Balls could order an x-ray, and Josh and Dr. Balls would send that patient up. They would register at the window in the emergency department, but then they would be directed straight back to imaging to have an x-ray taken. So we're trying to do the best we can. So if that's an away a traveling athlete that's here visiting,
Mhm.
or it's a home athlete, that this provides a great service. On my freshman year of baseball,
Mhm.
my first game, I ended up getting a tooth knocked out and I got sent to an emergency department, and there was nothing more stressful. Parents weren't on that away game, and so we want to be a great host for high school sport events, and we want the hospital to be something that uniquely sets apart Payson High School for a safe place to play and practice. And so pretty excited about this new development, and grateful that the school, Ryan and Linda reached out and
Mhm.
asked if we would consider bringing the program from the Valley to Payson, and here we have it.
Mhm.
Excellent gentlemen.
No, I know it's, again, it's just wonderful for our athletic programs, and Ryan Shearling doing a great job as athletic director at the high school, and just doing a really good job at working with different organizations,
Yes.
working with Banner Payson Medical Center, MHA Foundation, and other organizations out there to just really enhance the athletics program at the high school.
I think Linda as superintendent and Ryan as the athletic director, they've set their sights high, and I'm a big believer in doing that at the hospital and as a community. If you set your sight low, you may reach them.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't, you're further below, but if you set your sights high, you're going to finish higher no matter what you're doing. This is a great example is, I think being small can be better.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because we can be more intimate. Every parent can meet Josh, and our patients that are served by Spencer, he's a mainstay. I have to shout out for Spencer. A friend of mine had their knee replaced and has had an amazing experience. She talks about you, and that's something we do a lot of knee replacements in our population. Given the age, you put a 300,000 or 400,000 miles on a body, and you might end up needing a knee replaced. And after that, one of the hard things is to rehab that knee,
Mm-hmm.
and that's something that usually, intuitively, you resist pain,
Mm-hmm.
so you don't do anything that hurts, and well, that's not actually helpful in rehabbing. So Spencer is essentially a psychologist and a physical therapist who helps us through pain.
Not trained as a psychologist, but a pseudo-psychologist, I call it.
Well, and that is something. Before the program, we were talking, and Hoyt was sharing the compliments that he has gotten and on the job you're doing at Banner. And the first thing I thought was, wait a second, physical therapist. They make you hurt, and that's part of it, because you have to experience that pain to be healed, to see that improvement or to be well again, whatever it is. So the fact that you can keep people liking you when you're asking them to do things that are painful, that is impressive. It's saying something.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you must be getting through to them and you're able to explain to them that it'll pay off, that there's a benefit, and that they just have to do that.
Yeah, and not every condition that comes in, we're trying to push through pain. Some conditions we're really trying to reduce the pain, but especially, like Hoyt was saying, with the total knee replacement, you have to push. And you have to push, and if you don't, you're not going to get better. So yeah, absolutely, I'm a physical therapist, I'm a pseudo-psychologist, and I'm a salesman, because I have to say, you have to do this, and if you don't, it's going to be real bad for you later on.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
almost like a coach.
Yes.
Yeah, because who enjoys practicing? It's painful. It hurts. All the effort that you're putting into the preparation for whatever sport it is. So a coach, it's very similar. Convincing, selling. The athletes, the players on, okay, it's worth it. It's worth it.
It's almost to me. One of the sayings I've heard that means a lot to me is, if you can help someone understand the science or the principle, that will do more to motivate their behavior than just telling them about the behavior.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so in our community, what type of therapy do you find yourself doing the most of right now?
Payson is an older population. We have an older population here, so majority of my patients are people who have had a joint replacement, whether that's a knee, a hip, a shoulder.
Mhm.
I see a lot of those, and chronic pain. If
Mm.
you've had low back pain for 40 plus years, if you've
Mm.
had chronic shoulder pain or chronic neck pain, I do a lot of chronic pain and joint replacement.
I know our friend Lori Brandt, who cleans the station, she had shoulder surgery not too long ago, but she was talking about just the range of motion, you know, and having to work through, and in physical therapy, just kind of fighting through that. She did say she had a little fun with her physical therapist when she went in for her last, visit session, and she says, I can only get it this far. I can't go anymore. What? Really? Joking. She put it up.
That's me. That would give me a little heart attack.
I think it's a little touche,
Yeah, a little payback here. One thing I would add is to the sports medicine program, it is the fact that Dr. Ryan Neely comes to Payson, holds clinic twice a month, and conducts total shoulder replacements at Banner Payson Medical Center once a month. And he was a college athlete, had a severe knee injury that ended his career, his freshman year. And that's when he decided, kind of like these gentlemen, I'm going to make a difference. I'm going to become an orthopedic surgeon. So we have that coming to town. And then Dr. Sepich is a total joint specialist from the Valley. Works with Banner Medical Group, both Dr. Neely and he do. He does total hips and total knees. He's the go-to joint specialist in the Valley. And so he comes, he has a home in Payson. He and his wife spend many weekends up here. And so 2 Mondays a month he's conducting surgeries now, and we're recruiting for a third orthopedic surgeon who will be full-time in Payson, and then we'll have the full complement, although not all sports medicine involves bone or a joint, but a lot of the injuries do relate to that. The other thing I'd mention real quick, based on what Spencer said, is chronic pain is just such a devastating ailment, and particularly as we get older, we're going to see more and more of it. Veterans with injuries, athletes with injuries. So to add to Spencer's skill set, we are in the end stages of contracting with Advanced Spine and Pain to come and serve under Banner Medical Group, to offer medication management, to refer patients that are for physical therapy, and then to perform procedures in the OR that can either be nerve ablations in the most extreme cases and install pain pumps. So we have not had a comprehensive pain management service in Rim Country, and we soon will. By the end of the year, Spencer will have teammates who are experts, physicians and pain specialists, who believe in referring to physical therapy first, and so we'll have a whole series. So that's probably more of an audience of older folks like myself that are interested in that. I hope there aren't very many young people who need comprehensive pain management, because hopefully Josh's work and Spencer's work, that will be all they need for their younger years. But trying to take care of this community in every way we can that's sustainable.
That sounds like it will be a greatly used resource or service in the community. And do you see a lot of patients for pain management?
A fair number, yeah. Chronic pain patients who have had pain for years and years. They're a lot of what physical therapy is. We don't always solve the pain. In fact, often we don't completely solve the pain, but we can find techniques and different ways that they can self-manage their pain, whether that's through a stretch or a specific exercise or some sort of activity modification.
Yeah, it's amazing how just a small change, a slight change, like you said, and maybe a daily activity, or how people sit, or just the way they do certain things, the impact it can have on our bodies.
I have a bad back, and it was individuals like these gentlemen who taught me. They said, don't carry your wallet in your back pocket. So what are you talking about? They said, it's causing your spine to... And so I moved my wallet to my front pocket, and then I was taught another. I still had lower back pain. I don't now, because I've been taught, one, keep your stomach strong and walk. I do a lot of walking, and when I do that, I don't have back pain. And then finding a mattress that worked for me. I had to do one of those expensive Sleep Numbers after I tried about 8 mattresses and returned them for free within 100 days, but The other was to place, to have good lumbar support in my car, even a rolled up towel. So
Yes.
when I hear these gentlemen, the knowledge of the bones and the muscles and the joints and the sinews, and trained a doctorate degree to be a physical therapist, a master prepared. There's a reason it's complicated, and we're very proud of their knowledge and skill set.
Mhm.
Healing is about knowing and then application of knowledge.
Yes. When I see someone, a guy with those fat wallets anymore, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? I just don't
Hey, quit
get
talking
it.
about me that way. What
No,
is it?
do you, I mean, is this better? This is better, isn't
That's
it?
better.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it's better.
Mine is
Oh, you guys are like
Gosh, I
George,
still...
meet George Jetson. Just saying,
Yeah,
folks.
no, mine is still, that's not cool. I need to
I am
sit
not
down.
showing you my
Come
wallet.
on, Hoyt, come on, Hoyt.
No, you don't want
Come
to
on,
see
yes,
that.
come on, we
Oh
do
no!
it. On Facebook Live.
Boom,
here it is.
baby!
Whoa! That's like the
Back pain right there. I'm
That's like
telling
a
you.
Big Mac of wallets right there. That's a
Josh,
Big
what you
Mac.
got?
Yeah, let's see, Josh. Let's see the wallet.
Oh, you
Not
guys.
bad.
Not bad.
You're kind of old school.
Yeah,
though.
man. I'm
Josh
liking
is
this
the
guy
old school
more.
Wallet.
I'm liking it.
You're like an old soul when it comes to wallets, man. No, you wouldn't have thought that you would be pulling out your wallets on the program this morning, right? Pulling out a wallet. That's funny. But again, just a great resource for our community, for the young people in our community. Welcome to Payson, Josh, and hope you're here for a very long time. Because I think you'll be a wonderful asset to the community. And again, Josh is also teaching courses at the EAC Payson campus, so check them out, gilaccc.org. You can check out those classes, and best of luck to you with those classes. And Spencer, thank you so much again for all of the work you're doing in the physical therapy department. And it's exciting, your team, growing. Just able to offer more services to the community.
Absolutely. Thank you, Chris.
Oh, you're so welcome. And Hoyt, thank you again. Thank you for all that Banner does in our
honor.
community.
It's an honor. May your wallet ever grow fatter.
No.
Thinner.
Thinner, I know, yeah. It doesn't, as far as prosperity goes, maybe that's
Yeah,
not,
true.
the best thing, but as far as back pain, yeah. Thinner.
Amen.
All right, well, time to get back to the music. Here on KRIM with some Jethro Tull, Rolling Stones, AC/DC, and more. But first, let's get a quick update from the National Weather Service.
Forecast for Payson and surrounding areas. I'm nowcast meteorologist Jim.
There we go. All right, guys. See you later. Oh, also, we had someone in Connecticut, Dylan, if you're still watching. All right. Hello, Dylan, and in Iraq.
Wow.
Yeah, Falah. Good. Hello, Falah. And it is 10:30 here, my friend. So